Hi guys, it's album review time. We've got Hugo's Voyage and Inception. This is coming out on November the 10th on Frontiers. Thank you Frontiers for sending me this early. This is a band from New York and Boston, an AOR band. This band is formed as a Journey tribute band, very successful Journey tribute band as well. And this is the first album of original material, I believe, and a new signing to Frontiers. So a very exciting time for the band to produce their original material. So you may hear me obviously comparing this album to Journey, and obviously look, this band, a Journey tribute touring band, and there's lots of influence in Journey. The singer sounds very reminiscent of Steve Perry, even looks like Steve Perry, but there's so much more to find on this album than just a Journey tribute band. To tell you the truth, I quite liked Journey's last album, Freedom. It was okay. It was good to have some new music from Journey, but it wasn't the best album for me. Production-wise, song-wise, too long, and a lot of filler on there as well. I mean, I could pick out, I think, some songs that I added to my actual forever playlist, if you like, off of that last Journey album. There was, I think there's only about 2 or 3 songs. I can understand the excitement around them, and I'm glad they brought some more music out, but I'm telling you now, if Journey brought this album out, and I know it's not Journey, I would have been a lot happier than Freedom. I really would have done. This is a brilliant album from start to finish. There is not a filler on this. I think there's only about 11 or 12 tracks, so it's not too long either. It explores those Journey-esque things. Of course it does. It's got Journey written all over this. But man, they do a great job songwriting, capturing. I mean, Journey sort of tried to capture almost their entire career a little bit on that Freedom album, I believe. You know, bits and pieces, the sound. But this band mainly capture that 80s sound, go back a little bit. But man, this is a brilliant album. People of Journey, and I know people will find it hard when they, you know, you've got these die-hard Journey fans who won't even touch this. That's up to them. This is all about, you know, your own choices. But man, I listen to this album from start to finish, and sometimes I listen to bands that touch upon other bands too much. For instance, there's a lot of stuff going around at the moment that does a lot of Iron Maiden, you know, sounding stuff. I sometimes can take it or leave that stuff. On this album, I was just enthralled from start to finish, to tell you the truth. I loved everything about it, and the main thing about that is the songwriting. It's a great AOR album. Apart from being a Journey sounding album, it's a brilliant AOR album with excellent songwriting, which is the main thing we want to talk about. And musicianship is off the charts as well. We've got Hugo Valenti on the vocals. This is the guy I was talking about, his warm, soft vocals. He doesn't always sound like Steve Perry, by the way. I think sometimes more than others, depending on, you know, the way he's doing his vocals, the way he expresses himself. Some vocal lines when he's doing a whoa-whoa thing, for instance, and trading off with the guitarist. Yeah, really gives me those Perry vibes. But other times he's really got a vocal of his own and a character of his own for me. He's got a brilliant, brilliant vocal. You've got Robbie Hoffman on the guitar, and man, wow, what an amazing guitarist. This guy, so much melody in his playing, and that's what this is all about. AOR, you want some melody in your playing, but man, he can really shred as well. Just a great guitarist, always thinking about the song and the way the guitar fits in with the song, which is what AOR should be about, really. Lance Millard on the keys. Obviously, keys play a big part in this, where it's more synth effects or piano effects. Great keyboardist. And you've got Greg Smith on the bass and Dana Spellman on the drums. Just a great band altogether, a great rhythm section, but man, this is really about the songs. It really is. This is a great album. So let me run through the songs actually. Only one song has been released as a single as far as I can see, which is a bit unusual in this day and age. Normally it's like 4 or 5 singles, but I'm going to talk about all the tracks on this album because they're all great. So we go into a brilliant little instrumental section actually, an intro, Inception. Just lasts over a minute, but it's very 70s sounding intro, very cool, some lead guitar in there, and then that puts us into the first proper track, Crazy What Love Can Do. And straight away you know, that great production, bringing the best out of the music. It sounds brilliant. And, you know, that, like I've already mentioned on Freedom, that was one of the really weird choices, the way it sounded, that album. But man, this sounds great. It's just almost the opposite of that album. And I am going to mention Journey, like I said. I will a few times. I'm sure the band wouldn't mind. But on this song, there's almost that pop funk sort of feel of Raised on Radio that we sometimes got on that. The keys playing a big part with that great bass line. Hugo's vocals are so warm and inviting here. Just sounds amazing, especially towards the end of the song, sort of as the song fades and he hits those heights. A blistering solo as well by Hoffman. You're going to hear me mention him quite a bit. The guitarist is amazing on this. It's short, this guitar solo, but brilliant and to the point. Excellent opening track, proper opening track. I Don't Want to Live Without Your Love. So this was the single. And like I said, the only single release from this album, I believe, unless I'm wrong, tastefully paying homage to Don't Stop Believing, of course. I mean, I've done a reaction to this, but having their own stamp on it as well. This sort of track that 80s Journey fans have sort of been crying out for, in my opinion. Journey touched upon greatness on their last album, like I said, but not really succeeding often enough on that album. This track has all the elements of a great AOR track. Excellent songwriting, melody throughout, and great musicianship. Then we move on to Sound of a Broken Heart, a song that gives off so much soul, man. I mean, there's so much feel in this song. The richness in Hugo's voice mixed with the beautiful understated guitars are just a match made in heaven, they really are. A beautiful pop sort of sense about this track as it sort of never breaks out heavy, almost a... It feels like, again, mentioning Journey a little bit, Who's Crying Now feel about it. Hoffman providing another blistering solo while Hugo's accompanying with his soaring vocals. Smooth as you like. Then we move on to Going Away. The pace is picked up with a sort of fast rocker, but man, it's still so catchy and smooth sounding. It has that feel of maybe Dead or Alive from Journey, or Lay It Down from the Eclipse album. Not a copy, but those songs, you know, the way they make you feel, basically. Another winner from this great band. A Friend Like You is next. This is a ballad. Now we're in ballad territory, and man, they smash it. It's almost all about Hugo's vocals for me on this one. Don't get me wrong, the guys in the band, they're brilliant, but you can't help but be a little captivated by Hugo's, you know, performance here. Super smooth backing vocals, also back him up in that chorus, and it's just amazing. A sort of little picky guitar just weaving its way throughout this. We get a bit of saxophone, also fits the song perfectly. It's a great ballad. How Many Times is the next track. This is like a slow to medium pace song, a bit of a 70s feel for me here. Piano keys playing a big part alongside the guitar. Classic rock for sure, this one. Like something from the Evolution album or Departure Journey albums, just before their big 80s success, I would say. I'll Be Around is the next track, and those feels sort of carry on with me for this track, sort of touching upon those late 70s, early 80s style of Journey. Nothing feels out of place here though, as they touch upon both of those periods. The band transitions from eras with ease, and it just fits nicely into this great AOR package. And that's what makes this such an interesting listen as well, and something that, you know, Journey attempted to do on the Freedom album last year, to touch upon different periods, but just didn't quite nail it, did they? In My Heart, another ballad, stripped back, emotional. Piano and Hugo's vocals just start this off, and instruments are slowly introduced, but it feels very grounded, very understated. A classic 80s inspired ballad, beautifully written power ballad. September Love is the 10th track, another ballad. So there's quite a few on here, and man, there's nothing wrong with that. I do love a ballad, especially a great AOR ballad, but this is perhaps my favourite one of the lot. When they write ballads this good, just keep them coming. Again, beautifully constructed, a slight 70s feel, and everyone playing their part in this great song. A great instrumental piano part which sort of shares with a guitar solo. Amazing stuff. Then move on to the Voyage. This is an epic AOR track. The main hook is given by the piano here, and it's a really interesting listen as it transitions from those piano hooks to sort of faster guitar driven sections. A beautifully tasteful AOR track that has a classic rock vibes as well. Again, a great 70s stroke 80s vibe to this one. And the last track is also a ballad, When Heaven Makes an Angel. A longer track, just over 6 minutes long. Starts really gently, this one, with sort of an understated snare drum, piano, and those gorgeous vocals from Hugo. You can sort of feel a slow build up in places, but it does mainly stay at this sort of acoustic level. Another amazing ballad to finish the album. So guys, this is out this Friday, November the 10th on Frontiers. This is Inception, this is Hugo's Voyage. Got quite a bit of hype around this album, I believe. Even my reaction video got a lot of views, so people are expecting big things. You won't be disappointed, guys. Get this one, Hugo's Voyage, Inception. In the comments below whether you're going to give it a go or not. See you soon.